and see if we can figure out why this isn't working and see if we can get some people to join this live. I don't know what's so weird about this, like why it's not working. But maybe there's just no one joining the live. I don't know. Maybe I'm boring. We'll just give it a few minutes and then we'll get started. I don't know what to think about this. I've never not had anyone join my live before. You would join my live, right, Bentley? He just stares at me. Oh, we have some people on here. Okay, was there something wrong with my last live? Were you guys on there? Because I had to restart it because it said 0 people, 0 comments, and I just thought that no one was available at this time. But we got 3 people on here and it still says 0, so that could be the reason. Hi Lorraine, hi Cooper, hi faithful friends. Thank you all for joining the live. I'm so glad. I actually was starting to be like, what happened to my channel? Like, at least, we usually get at least a few people on here, because I used to go live, like, every week at this time. So, like I said, there was a problem with my old live, or none of you had joined yet, and I was, but it said it was waiting. Okay, that's so weird. See, that's what I'm saying. I knew there was some sort of issue. I'm checking my Wi-Fi. That's what it is. My Wi-Fi is not working. So, it's trying to find the Wi-Fi, and it's not working. So, let me see if I can... Okay, I'm not sure if this is... Okay, so I switched to my Wi-Fi. I don't know if it went black there for a minute. What did you guys see when I, like, swiped out of the app? It looks like we have some more friends in here, so let's read the comments. Hi, Diana. Thank you for joining. Hi, that Slytherin gal. I like your username. That's fun. Hi. And then we have faithful friends. I just got on. That's weird. Okay. That's good to know that something might have not been happening, but it froze and you did that, if that's what you mean. Yeah, I was hoping it froze and it didn't, like, do something weird for you guys, but I was switching to my Wi-Fi because I think that's why for Cooper it said that it was waiting. Yeah, it paused for me. Okay, sorry guys. If you can hear me again, that should be fine. But we're on Wi-Fi now. I think it was like searching for cell and it wasn't getting it. I'm not sure, but we've got 5 of us on here, it looks like, and make sure to like the live because we only have 3 likes. So like the live, and like I said, we're just gonna do a little chat like we usually do on Sundays. I was like, what day of the week is it? Sundays. And then Bentley will make a appearance on here. He's in my room. He's just wandering. He just got back from a WALK. I can't say the word or he will freak out, which he did a minute ago. And he was like shaking the whole camera. So I had to put him back on the ground. And yeah, so Bentley's gonna make an appearance. We're gonna talk about anything. I just think actually in particular we are gonna talk about. I literally named my last live what we were gonna talk about. Oh, yeah, you guys are going to help me choose my next read because I have been in a reading slump, a really bad reading slump. I don't think I've read something since like the 3rd week of February, which for me is a long time. I'm not one of those people that goes through monthly reading slumps. For me, I don't read a lot at a time, but I usually read every day. So if I skip like a week, then that's a crazy reading slump for me, and it's been closer to 2. And because of that, of course, what did I do? I went to my favorite used bookstore and I used one of my 3 gift cards and I bought some books. All right. Yeah, your bookshelf is so cute. Thank you so much. Your profile picture looks cute. I think you changed it. We Were Liars and Clean Coble, I see it. Yep, that's what I got from the bookstore yesterday. I will do a haul on that soon. But they only had 1 Clean Coble book and they had 2 walls of Christian books. Like, they have a ton of Christian fiction, and they had 1 Clean Coble, and they also had 1 We Were Liars. So I got those, and I put them on my little summer shelf. I'm struggling. Reading slumps are the worst. They're so bad. And it's just like, it's not even like the books I was trying to read were bad. I just couldn't get into them, and that was my problem. Like, I started the 2nd book in the Natural series, which I think would be a great book, and I just couldn't get into it. I started a few other books. Now I don't even remember what they were because I was just so lost. But yeah. So that's what I was struggling with. Yesterday, I also got this from the used bookstore. I got a few books from my American Girl collection, my American Girl book collection, and it was Marisol's book. She's like a girl of the year, and she's a dancer, and I do dance too. I do ballet and jazz like she did. She also did, I don't know how to pronounce it, ballet folklorano or something. It's like Spanish, Mexican ballet, and the words are in Spanish instead of French. My words are struggling today. So I read that one yesterday. It was under 200 pages. It was cute. It wasn't my favorite American Girl book. It was actually one of the first Girl of the Year books, and I feel like that might be why, but it helped me out of the slump or the whole thing in a day. And then I'm reading another book that's called Pictures of Hollis Woods. It's like not a classic, but it's won some awards. I think it's like a Newbery or something, and I've been reading a little bit of that to help me like wind down, and it's been working really well. It's not boring, but it's slow. It's not like things are blowing up or people are dying. It's just like a slow, consistently paced story. All right, now let's go back and read the comments, guys. I'm sorry. Yes, I changed my PFU. Thank you so much. Yes, I love it. I'm going to look at it when we're done, like up close. Favorite snack? Ooh, that's a good question. I don't know. We buy a lot of like healthy snacks. My mom has recently gotten into like healthy food in my family, so it's kind of hard for us to find like snacks. But there's these little like muffin sort of things that are filled with like jam, and they're called Bobos. They're so good. They come in like a giant box at Costco, and they're really, really tasty. I love those. They're made of like oats and stuff. Like I said, we eat healthy, but it's actually tasty. It tastes like a dessert. All right, favorite, yeah, the second Naturals is so good. It is, that's bothering me. I gotta read it. I recommend Tide Water In by Clean Cobble. Wait, that's not that one. That was the Inn at the Ocean's Edge. Yeah, she has a lot with inns, I feel like. How many AG books do you have now? Should we count in a minute? Oh, favorite movie. I'm sorry if I'm skipping over comments. I'm just not seeing everything. Favorite movie, that's really hard. I love dance movies. Leap, I'm actually just watching that right now. I'm going to finish the second half today. Leap and Feel the Beat are dance movies. I love those too. But I also like the Marvel movies, and I love the Narnia movies. I love the Narnia movies. I love them. They're so good. Okay, so we're going to count my American Girl books in a minute, and then we are going to try to up the subscribers from this live. So this is what we're going to do. We're just going to switch it to subscriber only mode, so people have to subscribe that have joined, because we had 13 people and some of them are being kind of weird. So now that we have people on here, we'll just keep doing that and we'll gain some subscribers. Okay, so we are going to count the American Girl books. I'm going to try and see if I can move my camera so you guys can see while we count. Okay, this is the shelf that holds my American Girl books. This is just a bunch of random books I changed to look like this. I don't know if it's unique or tacky. And then these two shelves are American Girl, that's Murder Mystery. I know they have absolutely nothing to do with each other. I apologize, but that's just how my shelf is. Okay, so we have, these are some of the older Girl of the Years. We have McKenna and Jess, Kanani, Lainey, and Isabel. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, 8 of those. These are some new Girl of the Years, and I always put the ones in front that fit the season. So we have like Blair because it's spring and so on. So I'm going to count those. So we had 1, 2, 3. Wait, I should give you a tour after because it's messing up my counting. We have 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37. 37 on the shelf, and we're going to count this shelf. So I apologize for this angle. 1, 2, wait, 38, 39, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 61. Now, that is not all of them. Okay, so I had my mom take some of my picture books off of my shelf because they were just like taking up room for my actual books like this, and I had some American Girl books with that. So like I said, I have whatever number I just said here, I already forgot, 60 something, but I have some more that I will have to find later, and I can update this, so I'll try and post a community post about it. But at first I was like, anytime I see an American Girl book used, I'm just going to buy it to like make my collection bigger. But then I thought to myself, I was like, okay, sorry, this is bothering me. I was like, okay, wouldn't it be better if I had a collection full of American Girl books that I liked instead of just like everything? So I'm actually going to go through and get rid of a few that I don't really like, and then I'm going to continue to buy some that I do like. So yeah, that is the update for that. And that actually, yeah, that's correct. Okay, so that's the ones over here. Sorry, let's see what I missed. I was just about to say Feel the Beat. Yes, it's so good. I love that movie. I watch that movie probably like every 3 months or something. It's like a staple for me, especially if I'm like, so my dance is really late at night and I usually go to bed early. So when I have to like hype myself up for dance, I watch that movie. I'm like, look, that could be me. So like it helps me like get my energy to go to dance. Yes, AG books are just so fun. That's a lot. Yeah. So the reason I have so many, I've not like paid full price, and I've been collecting them since I was probably, I think I got my first doll when I was 7. Yeah, so I got my first doll when I was 7, so I've been collecting them for a while, and I have, like, I got some with my dolls, but I always get them used just from, like, used bookstores, because look at your used bookstores. They'll always have a lot. Like, for me, they had 2 whole, like, this kind of shelf, maybe even 3 because they're kind of different, and they had something like that. They had 2 or 3 of them, and they was full of American Girl books, and there's so many to look through, and they had some of the, like, Pleasant Company books too, which is really neat. I'm talking about American Girl stuff. If you don't know what's happening, we're talking about books that go with this brand that makes dolls, so that's the whole thing. Spooky Rex, please. Ooh, I don't read a lot of spooky books just because I don't like if they're, like, demonic or something, but I do like books that, like, thrillers, that sort of thing, and I feel like I can't think of the name, but I'm thinking of one, so I'm gonna look on my shelf and see if I can remember, like, what I'm talking about that's kind of spooky. What am I thinking of? I know it's like, okay, I don't know if this is considered spooky, but I kind of have thought it's a little bit, like, spooky to me, and it's this middle grade book series called The Greystone Secrets. I'll grab the first one. It has to deal with kind of dystopian and time travel. This is it, and it's really, like, the chapters are short and they follow the perspectives of 3 different siblings, and of 3 siblings. Why am I going live when I can't talk? And for some reason, I feel like it's kind of spooky at times, just like with not knowing who to trust, going back between the worlds. It does get pretty intense. It gets a little bit, like, I don't want to spoil anything, so I would say, like, it's probably for maybe older middle grade readers, not like older, but like maybe like 9 or 10. I don't know if I'd really consider that super spooky, but the book that I thought of when you said spooky is not one that I would recommend, but I would recommend to someone who reads spooky. That was confusing, is the last book in the Good Girl's Guide to Murder trilogy. I'm not even going to grab it because I don't want to hold it. And that is As Good as Dead. This book I DNF'd because the ending was so dark and I already knew what was going to happen because I asked my friend because I didn't want to read the rest, but it was the most horrific book I've ever read. Not like gory or anything. It's just like the main character was being stalked and it was just so scary. And then our main character kills someone and tries to cover it up. And that is not her. It's called A Good Girl's Guide to Murder. So that kind of bothered me and I didn't finish it, but, like, it was just too much for me. Okay, let's see what I missed. I have the Samantha Pleasant Company box set. They were my mom's when she was little. That's so neat. Wow, that's really cool. Yeah, I have some of the original, like, Be Forever books. Not Be Forever. Like, I do have some of those. Like, these ones. These are just, like, how they used to make them. They've remade them 4 times now. Each time they get shorter and shorter and take out more of the story, and it's really sad. Okay. Yeah, that is really neat. Oh, I love that series. Oh, you like the Greystone Secrets? Yes, that's one of my favorite. I've read it twice now. Guys, I think my scary senses have been terribly dulled. No, I get you. I've watched some, like, scarier TV with my family and stuff, and I'm like, yeah. I don't know if I can be scared as easily anymore. I wasn't actually scared of it. It just felt too dark, and I was just kind of like, this is wrong. Heartless is one thing. It's a Red Queen retelling. You know it's going to have a dark ending. But a book like that where it's called A Good Girl's Guide to Murder, like she's supposed to be this good girl and she turns into this evil murderer, then it's like I don't want to stand by that. Like I don't want to read the rest of that. My tripod is, like, annoying me. Let me see if I can fix it. Is that, like, too close? I usually keep my tripod by this shelf because it's easiest, like, to set it up that way, but I want to do a live in front of maybe this bookshelf sometime, and I promise I'm going to be doing a room and bookshelf tour soon. I do want to do that soon. It's still bothering me because I've been working hard on my shelves and I want to make a video like that for you guys. I actually already filmed and edited and scheduled and made the thumbnail for both videos I'm posting in March. And I'm so proud of that because I'm always behind and always stressed. But I'm not rewarding myself with taking the month off. I'm going to start vlogging more because I want to vlog more. I need to vlog more. The videos that you guys want to see are not always book recommendations. You want to see some more, like, behind the scenes, reading vlogs in general. So I want to start getting a little bit more into that. Trying to film some reading vlogs for a few different series, make them cute and aesthetic. It's just more work than, like, sitting down. Like, for this live, it took me 5 minutes to get ready. I put my tripod tripod up, I made sure my background looked good, I opened all the windows for the lighting, and that was that. But if I'm filming a reading vlog, I have to remember to film every little thing I'm doing, and sometimes it's annoying. Like, sometimes I just want to sit down and read and not make everything look aesthetic, but I do love watching reading vlogs, so I know that you guys want to see them. So that's kind of my goal for March, is to at least film one reading vlog. I read the Hunger Games series when I was 8. That's insane. I think I read the Hunger Games. Did I read it while I had this channel? I don't even remember. I don't like saying my age, so I'm trying to calculate how many years ago I actually read it. I feel like it was 2 or 3 years ago. No, it was 2 years ago. Wait. No. Was it last year that I read the Hunger Games? I think it was the summer of 2023. That's what it was. So we're closer to 2 years. I think it was the summer of 2023. Yeah, that's when I read the Hunger Games. But I did get into YA reading a lot later. I always knew YA was a thing, but I just never ran out of middle grade books to read. They never felt too young for me. They still don't feel too young for me. Some of them do. But, like, I don't have a hard time finding middle grade books that interest me as an older teen. And I do like reading YA sometimes. It's just hard because they're not clean a lot of the time. I think you did a really good job on the fall reading vlog. Really? Thank you. That means a lot. That one was really fun to film, actually, but it was kind of like, okay, I have to update things more. But yeah, I had a lot of fun with that one, doing like the cookie recipe. I want to share another recipe soon. What was I making the other day? I was like, this would be fun to show the channel. I don't remember what it was, but oh yeah, brownies. Brownies is my other like staple that I bake a lot. So maybe in my next reading vlog, actually you guys can help me decide. So I am filming the naturals reading vlog, but that is like a completely different thing because I got in a reading slump when reading the second one. So that one is not going to be up for months because I'm not ready to get back into that series. So I'm thinking about working on a Narnia reading vlog. That one would be really fun because I read the first 3 not in your guys' order, not in like the series order, but in the chronological order, like the order they're written. So I want to do a Narnia reading vlog. People really liked that idea, but I've also got requests to do a reading vlog of reading The False Prince, which I have already read, but I could do a rereading vlog, which somebody requested, so that might be fun. So we could do Narnia or The False Prince, or we could work on like classics or something. Let me think. We could do rereading my favorite book of all time because I'm always ready to reread Bluebird. But it's just like I don't want to sit down and actually start it if I'm not committed. So we could do a rereading my favorite book and convincing you to read it or something like that. And one of the books I got from the used bookstore is Unwind by Neil Shusterman because my friend Arlen loves his books and this book. This one looks like a really scary dystopian. Okay, this is bothering me. If I'm being honest, it looks a bit scary, but it's sometimes fun to have books like that. And maybe, Diana, maybe this will be one that you like because you were asking for spooky, but this one looks a little bit like more scarier than like The Selection or like The Hunger Games is pretty scary. This one is like you can be unwound and like used to make other people or something. It's like parents can have their children unwound, whereby all the children's organs are transplanted into different recipients, so life doesn't technically end. Like, that's pretty dark, but I feel like that might be a good dystopian. Oh, we were seeing like stuff in the Ukraine and stuff. And stuff. So yeah, this one I could do a reading vlog, like reading a dystopian book, because this one I feel like it's a National Book Award winner, but it's not extremely popular. So that's another option. So yeah, those are my ideas. Let's see what I missed while I'm yapping over here. What do you do for fun on Halloween? Oh, that's a good question. Usually I do trick-or-treating with like my friends or neighbors, but I didn't start trick-or-treating until a few years ago because we always went to like these church events. Not at our church because we've always gone to smaller churches, but like at like the whatever a big church was near us, they would put on like a fun event where you could dress up and it wasn't scary. There'd be like jumpy houses and candy that you could earn from like playing like little like minute to win it games. So that was really fun. So yeah, trick-or-treat the last few years. I've done stuff like I was a butterfly, I've been characters from Marvel movies, so yeah, that's kind of what we usually do. Oh, I'm excited to see that both Naturals and Narnia. Thank you. I'm so glad to hear that. The third book of the Naturals is good. Yeah, I've heard, I think the third one is usually people's favorite. I'm not sure. Hey, Rachel, thank you for joining. What? I don't know what that means. I don't know what that is, so we're just gonna hide the user. Let's see. So yeah, we just had Rachel join, and I was talking about different ideas for reading vlogs I could film in the month of March because I already have some book recommendation videos scheduled, but I want to read more books because I feel like a lot of my book recommendation videos are just the same few books. So I want to read some new books and do that. And I also want to make another video where Bentley does something. My dog, he has chosen my September TBR in 2024, but I want to come up with another idea of something he can do because now that I'm kind of getting out of a reading slump, I don't want to commit to a TBR yet, but I do want to make some sort of video that Bentley can assist in because he could, I don't know, the last one I feel like was super fun where he chose the books I read. So maybe we could do like Bentley chooses, comment some ideas. We could, oh, thank you. He says he appreciates the support. He is on my floor. I don't know if I could take my phone off. Let's see. This is Bentley. He looks a little crazy right now. Would you like to say hi to your adoring fans, Bentley? He needs to be brushed because he just got back from a W, which is what we call a W-A-L-K, because if we say the word, he freaks out. So say hi. He's really tired recently. I don't know why. Oh, look at how cute he is. Close up. He is a bookish pup. He loves to read. If you knew how, he would love to. He does love sitting on stacks of books. I posted a picture a while back where he like sat on we were like taking all the books off of bookshelves when we were moving, and we used to set them all on the floor, and he sat in the middle of all of them. So yeah, this is my subscriber getter. So oh wait, I'm only in subscriber only. We should be switching back to like the anyone can join. That way we can get new adoring fans of Bentley. So yeah. Okay, I'm gonna look at the comments that I missed while Bentley can come join the live. How about that? So like the bookshelf live. So we'll put this back. I'm always scared when I take my phone off the tripod in lives that I'm gonna drop it or I'm gonna like show something that I don't want to be shown online. So like I feel like it just freaks me out. Okay, so we're gonna grab Bentley so we can join officially and we'll read the comments. Are you ready to join and see your adoring fans, Bentley? I'm gonna get him a pillow he can sit on. Okay. Ugh. There you go. Now look at the camera and be cute and bring in all of the dog-loving people to subscribe. We're just gonna get this like 0.5 angle of me because I want Bentley to be seen. All right, let's see the comments we have missed. Have you read Once Upon a Broken Heart? I have. I was not a fan of that book. It might have been one of the lowest rated books I read, and I still can't place it entirely, but I felt like it just gave me the ick. There was just something about it that I could not, it was just kind of weird, and it was a little bit too whimsical for me, which sounds bad because like whimsical is amazing, and I don't know why. It just didn't work for me, but I still see people like freaking out over the books, and it makes me kind of want to pick the second one up at some point because it was hard for me to get through. Do I like the Inheritance games or the Naturals better? That's a really good question. Both series I've only read one of, and both series I own, so I need to get to reading them. Honestly, I think it's definitely going to be the Naturals. I like the characters a lot better in that than the Inheritance games, and I feel like both of them definitely read similar because it's the same author. Like sometimes you can be like, that's the same author, like what? And these two you can definitely tell there's just something there's just this vibe I get from them. It's not good and it's not bad, and I can just tell it's written by Jennifer Lynn Barnes. I don't know what it is. So yeah, I feel like I definitely like the Naturals better, but I do maybe want to pick up the Inheritance game series again. There's just something like that I could feel, I don't know what it was. I just did not connect entirely to either of those books. They did not become favorites of mine. All right, yes, we got the comments rolling in. Oh, he's so cute. Yeah, yes, thank your adoring fans, Bentley. He's not. Somehow by an accident and a joke my friend wants to read I've never, wait, okay, sorry. Somehow, by an accident and a joke, my friend wants to read Haunting Adeline after I've told her not to over and over. Oh, I've heard of that. I've heard it's pretty dark or something. I don't even know what it's about. Oh, thank you to Bentley's fans. I also caught walks of his, yes, oh. He didn't realize. Also, I didn't really like the first book, but the other two are amazing. So people keep saying that. It makes me, that's not even like on the top of my wanting to read, but people keep telling me that, and I'm like, oh no, what if I'm missing out on this great fantasy series? Do you get Leah and Thea bad girl besties too if they ever met? Wait. Okay, I so see that. That took me a minute. I was like, yes, I so see that. I do. I feel like they are totally similar characters. I could see that. Who's your guys' favorite character from The Naturals? Like, favorite of the kids? I feel like mine, I don't know. I feel like the first book, Dean was very moody. He kind of gave Dean from Gilmore Girls. But I feel like he's just like the misunderstood bad past guy and she's going to end up with him. But Michael, on the other hand, I felt like he was really funny. I liked his dialogue, but he did seem like your average book boy. I don't know. And then Leah, I liked Leah. She was really funny, but she definitely is like a trouble causer. She's gonna cause a lot of trouble, and she already has. And I feel like Sloane is hilarious. I really like the character. I really like her character. I feel like she's like unique, and she's like a genius, right? But she's not like super awkward. Like, she's just really funny. I like the line where she was like, there are, I don't even remember how many, like, just say 7. There are 7 different variations of hugs. Here's one of them. And I was like, that's just fun. Like, she can still like interact, but she's like a genius. I don't know. I feel like she's definitely one of my favorites. Do you ever like the movie more than a book? Okay. That is hard. I feel like I have liked movies more than books before, and I don't know which ones it would be. I feel like sometimes, okay, here's an example. So, I have not seen, like, the newer Little Women movie, like, the one from, like, 2019. I just keep saying I will and I never see it. But there was, like, a bunch of different Little Women movies I've seen before, like, on Prime Video. I don't even know if they're still there. There's, like, 2 or 3 different variations, and I just grew up watching them. And then when I learned there was a book, I just couldn't read it because I had heard the story so many times. And I don't know if that, like, really is the correct answer to the question, but I do feel like that's definitely the first thing that came to mind. Okay, let's see what I missed. I love Michael and Leah. Yes, they're great. Dean or Cassie or Sloane? Yes. Okay, for some reason, Cassie just didn't give much personality in the first book. I don't know why. She just didn't. I don't know. I felt like she was kind of one of those main characters where there's really nothing going on. Bentley, what are you doing? He doesn't look very, like, sometimes he looks extra cute than others. Do you guys think that with your dogs? Like, I feel like right now he just looks kind of funny looking. Like, his beard is not bearding. He has a beard, and it just needs to be, like, brushed. But you guys can't even see him. He looks like a cat. You kind of remind me of Sloane. I do. I feel like that's a compliment. I don't know. I'm definitely not, like, a genius or anything. Do you have any summer book recommendations? I'm trying to get a giant summer TBR. Me too. I have a giant summer TBR in Goodreads, and the shelf above me, you can't see right now, but you usually can, is all of my summer books. And I'm not gonna try to like rattle them off the top of my head right now, but if you do have Goodreads, if you don't, I can. But on Goodreads, I have a whole shelf called Summer Book Recs, and I will update it after this, but I think it's updated, of summer book recommendations. But I read a lot last year that I didn't like the Summer I Turned Pretty trilogy I didn't like, but I have a lot this year that are clean, and I feel like I'm gonna like more. So so I'm hopefully gonna read those on the earlier side, so I can add them. Hopefully, like, read those in June, so you guys can have some recs for July. Have you read Coraline? I have not. Bentley should write his own book. It can be called The Tales of a Lonesome Dog, because nobody will pet me all day while they're trying to do their homeschool work. I don't know what I will do. He likes to sit on the couch across from us while I do my work, but he's very needy. I think he wants down. He's getting a little hot, so goodbye. I do want to start a YouTube channel for Bentley. I just don't feel like I have the time to manage it, like, because I'm already doing this channel and not succeeding as much as I'd like to. Not like views or subscribers. I don't care about that too much, but with posting more videos, I'd like to post more videos more consistently. I'm only doing every other week at this point, and like, they're kind of easier to film videos, and I want to film some more stuff some more entertaining videos, so we can have like a 2/3 ratio of book recommendations, and then a 1/3 of the ratio being just like entertaining videos. The Tale of a Lonesome Dog and His Beard. I love that. No, that's actually great. Can I screenshot? Okay, if that messed something up, I apologize, but I'm screenshotting that. Because sometimes I go back and watch, like, parts of my live, but it's weird that, like, it doesn't film the live with the chat. Like, if you go back and watch the live later, you can't see the chat, and it's just kind of like, I don't know. Okay, we're going to, looks like we only have 8 people on here, so we're going to switch it back to subscribers. Like I said, I'm not like huge on trying to gain subscribers, but these lives used to pull in like 50 subscribers or 100 subscribers per live, and now we don't get that much. And I'd go live either way, but it's more fun if we can gain subs. But I have to go. Thank you so much for joining. It was so much fun talking about books with you, and hopefully you can join the live next time. Let's see, how long have we been on here? Been on here about like 30 minutes because I went live for the 4 minutes that I couldn't see anything. So this is what bothers me. Like, I have to straighten it out, the camera, because I feel like you can only see like part of me and more of the shelf. Let's see. Because now you can see, who asked me for the summer book recs? I think that was Rachel. Yeah, okay. If you're still on here, Rachel, who asked for the summer book recommendations, do you have Goodreads? Because if not, I can pull up the shelf, like, on Goodreads and look behind me and try to, like, gather all the recs. A lot of those are TBR books, but I have read a few of them. And then one of my favorites, Kisses and Croissants, my friend is borrowing that one right now, so it's at her house. Let's see. So yeah, well, make sure you have Goodreads. If you don't, I'm happy to just tell you on here because I know some people only watch on YouTube. Like, I'm curious because I have like a lot of subscribers on YouTube. I don't have as many followers on the other things that I have, which is Pinterest and Goodreads. But I really want to get Instagram. I really want to open like a Bookstagram. But my parents, like, I've asked for Instagram for years and they've never let me get it. But I'm like, okay, it's basically going to be the same thing as YouTube. I'm going to be posting pictures and things. So I want to ask them about that soon because it'd be really fun to start a Bookstagram and I can post more like aesthetic pictures and stuff like that. Unfortunately, I don't. I should get it soon. Okay, I will try to remember some book recommendations for you, so make sure you can refer to this live later or write these down because I'm going to forget to tell you later. Okay, so some of my favorites, and these are YA, so they're clean, but you know, they're YA, and those are Kisses and Croissants and Love and Gelato. You probably have heard of them, but I thought I would tell you anyway. One takes place in Italy, one takes place in France. They're basically similar. They have equal parts of one thing in romance for like, so like half of it is romance and half of it is something else. For Love and Gelato, the other half is a mystery. I prefer that one. But for Kisses and Croissants, the other half is ballet and being in France for ballet. And I love reading and watching things about ballet and dance, but Love and Gelato is still my favorite out of those two. So I love those. Let's look at my shelf. The Siren, it's not a summer book recommendation in a sense. It's written by the author of the selection, and it is a lot more clean than the selection. But it does take place in the ocean like that, and they always live in beach towns. And next we have, let's see, what do I have up there? I haven't read any of those other ones. Trust, I do have some. Another series that I like is the Summer Lifeguard series. That one is a middle grade. It just involves these 4 girls that live near the beach and their adventures there, each one from a different POV. And the first one is my favorite. I love the first one. They're preparing for like a hurricane. One of them is a swimmer, and I used to be a swimmer. Like, I used to do competitive swim, but like I wasn't super good at it, so I wasn't really a swimmer. But okay, so that series is really good, the Summer Lifeguards. But like I said, I do 100%, and this will happen 100%. I will post a summer book recommendations video when it gets a little sooner. But one of my scheduled videos for March is spring book recommendations. I'm excited for that one, and I'm really excited for you guys to see the thumbnail. But that one is going to come out towards the end of March because I feel like spring really starts mid-March and April. I'm trying to think of any other summer. American Girl has a lot of good summery books. Like, they have ones that take place on islands and beach towns, and like Leah's books take place in Brazil. So those are some that I like. Okay, the screen is gonna go black for a minute. I'm gonna open Goodreads and look at the list so I can tell Rachel the rest of my recs. One sec. Okay, we've returned, and I'm just gonna make sure, somebody comment, make sure you can hear me before I start talking again. But, so yeah, sorry. Make sure someone can hear me. Have you seen The Wicked play? I have not seen The Wicked play, but I am doing a dance this year to one of the songs from Wicked, Defying Gravity, as like a fancy piano instrumental. So I'm doing that for one of my ballet songs. You're welcome. Okay, so a few more that I have are the Penderwick series. Obviously, I talk about this often. Wait, yes, okay. In particular, the first one, which is called A Summer Tale, like it says it down here, not like the title. It's just called the Penderwicks. But the Penderwick series, the first book and the third book, both take place during the summer. This one, they go to this like fancy, they live in this little cottage for the summer that's on the same grounds as this giant mansion, and their adventures there, and there's all this nature, and it's literally the best summer vibes ever. But it's not the greatest ever because the third one, the Penderwicks at Point Muette is even better because they're staying in Point Muette, Maine, which I think, if I'm correct, is not a real place, but they are staying on the beach in Maine, and it gets even summerier if that's possible. These are just so fun. They give childhood summer, and I feel like for me, if I want summer book recs, I want something like Love and Gelato, like a romance with a subplot where they're going into another country, and then sometimes I'll want something like the Penderwicks where it's like what your childhood used to be like in the summer, and it's fun to read about that and kind of reminisce, but also just have a great story. So the Penderwicks is another great one I'd recommend for the summer. It sounds good. I had those books when I was younger, but I never read them. Maybe I'll find them again and see if I like them. They're so good. I really hope you like them. Yes, they're one of my favorite series. I try to talk about them a lot on here, and I hopefully people who are reading them from me like them. You have to be a specific type of reader to like them, I feel like, because they're real life and about a family. But for me, they're just like, I didn't read them when I was super young. I read them when I was like, I think 11, I think is when I read the series. But somehow they're just like comforting to me. So yeah, the Penderwicks, another great one I'd recommend. Oh no, I'm already forgetting it. Oh, the third Narnia book, in my opinion, which is The Voyage of the Dawn Treader. They're on a ship in the sea. They go to different islands. That one is very summery, in my opinion. I love that one. I'm trying to think what else I was thinking of when I opened Goodreads. I already forgot. So yeah, I feel like for now, I'm going to stop with all the recs because that's a lot. And you're probably very overwhelmed because you're like, wait, what do I read? Because she's rambling. I have to go. That's okay. Thank you so much for joining. Hopefully when I'm out of a reading sub, we can do our buddy read. I know I keep putting you off, but it's because I've just been spontaneously reading, and I want to be able to actually be in a good reading so I don't have to like quit on the buddy read with you. So bye. Point Muette is based on Ocean Point, which is near Boothbay Harbor in Maine. I just looked it up. Okay, I was like, wait, you just knew that off the top of your head? That's really cool. Okay. This was fun. Thanks for doing these lives. Oh, you're welcome. Thank you for joining. It means a lot to me that you joined and that you enjoy them. Okay, that's cool that's where Point Muette is based off of. Yeah, I really want to go to Maine at some point. Like, it's just a whole... That's Bentley. If you heard that banging. It's just a whole, like... I don't know. It seems really cool. The Noah Kahn song, Maine, kind of, like, got me into it, and I'm looking at stuff. I really want to go to Maine, somewhere on the beach there. It just looks really neat. And I really want to go to Mackinac Island. That is my dream vacation, Mackinac Island. Oh my goodness. It is basically this really tiny island in Michigan, so it's like fresh water, but no vehicles are allowed. So you travel everywhere by horse-drawn carriages, and it's just the coolest thing ever. Look it up, please. Like, that is my dream vacation. I went when I was 8-ish, and it was really fun. That's so cool. Yeah, I'd love to do that someday. So yeah, somehow I got talking about my dream vacations. But like, what are your guys' dream vacations? Where are some places that you guys really want to go? I'm losing my voice for some reason. Let's see, we've been on here for 42 minutes. That's pretty good. I wonder if we've gained any subscribers. Making sure I didn't miss any comments. Like, what is your guys' dream vacation? Mine is Hawaii. I'm in love with the beach and stuff like that. Yes, me too. The beach is like, I love the beach so much. It's like my, like some people are beach or mountains. I'm like 110% beach. I'd love to go to Hawaii. It looks so cool. And to learn to surf and stuff like that looks really neat. Because I've been to Florida, but the waves there aren't super big, so you can't really surf, at least where I went. Very random, but there's a cool island called Hilton Head Island. I go every year, and the beach vibes are immaculate. Oh, that's really neat. Hilton Head Island. Where is that? Like, what state is it off of? The beach is just so cool. Like, when people... I actually have a friend, and she's very, like, country, sort of, and she does not like the beach. She prefers the lake. That's just crazy to me because the lake is so, like, dirty, I feel like, and I love the lake. Like, I like going to the lake and going on a boat and stuff, but it's just, like, it doesn't compare to the beach. It's in South Carolina. Okay, that's neat. That's really cool. I'll definitely look into that. Hilton Head Island. I knew there was a beach off of South Carolina, but I haven't been. I'm crashing because I've been talking so much, and I'm just, like, trying to fall asleep. Bentley, where did he go? Let's see. Oh my gosh, he's, like, passed out. Bentley. Alright, so should we end the live soon because we only have a few people, or should we keep going? I used to be scared of the beach, but pictures saved me because I started seeing cool photos of sea animals and seashells. Yeah, no, I totally get that because my brother, he doesn't like sharks. He's always like kind of been like afraid of sharks, and then he read the I Survived the Shark Attack book. Not a good idea. But then when we went to the beach, he was completely fine. But there is definitely like a powerful just everything is powerful about the ocean. Like, you can't control it, and I feel like that's what I like about it, is it's, like, such a cool experience to be there, and, like, whereas a lake, there's not really many things that could happen to you, but the ocean is, like, this huge power, but it definitely can be scary. Like, I can't imagine if I was to get, like, swept out to sea or something. Yeah, I get that, especially of, like, animals that live in the ocean, like sharks. Like, I watched the, like, Soul Surfer Bethany Hamilton movie, and I was like, "That's crazy." I don't know if you guys know what I'm talking about. Trying to think of what else. What else is happening? We got 7 people on here, been on here for 39 minutes. That's pretty good. Maybe we'll go until 4. He should do his own live and pretend to be you in the grand finale, his laugh from the movie. Oh my goodness, I can't believe that I still remembered by you guys. My brother did not actually know I kept that in the vlog. I told him, I'm like, if you keep interrupting me by laughing, the laugh is staying in the vlog. I need to tell him that people still remember it. He's not gonna be happy. I've tried to get him on. I really want to film a video with him, like his face, where we talk about like his book recommendations for boys, but he doesn't want any of it. He's like, if my friends found that I was in a book video, they would never talk to me again. I was like, well, I don't really tell my friends about my channel either, so I can't be talking. I have a few friends. I have 2 friends that are like bookish. They love books and booktube and stuff like that. They know about my channel, but a large group of my friends doesn't really know. And it's not like I'm keeping it a secret. It's just like, you know, when you get teased for being a nerd because you like to read fictional books, like it does not make sense to me at all. But I get teased for liking that, and I don't really care because like I have things I can tease them about too. But it's like, if they knew I had a channel about books, it probably would not make my case, it would probably make my case a lot worse. A bunch of my friends found my channel. Oh, that's crazy. How did they find it? Like, I feel like one day I'm just gonna pop up into my friends For You pages like, whoa, wait, I think I know her. A bunch of my, oh wait, I already read that, sorry. Gotta go do some chores. I love the live. Bye. Thank you so much for joining. I hope your chores go well. Chores or something. Bye. Yeah, I always wonder because, like, if my friends don't watch book content or they hate books, how are they gonna find me? But who knows? Like, the algorithm is crazy. One day one of my shorts could just be there. Okay, the other day, so I film on my phone and I edit on my iPad, but because I film so many clips at once, they don't like automatically pop up on my phone. So I like to airdrop them to my iPad from my phone. And I was casually airdropping like I always do, and I look down and the airdrop symbol is spinning for one of my friends and then a chat with that same friend and a bunch of other people. And I was like, wait, this is like the worst thing that could ever happen. I texted her if she had gotten the airdrop and she never responded, and now she's on a missions trip and she doesn't have her phone. So I'm like, if you just got these clips, how am I going to explain myself? I mean, I'm not trying to keep it a secret, but it would kind of be like, whoa, you just found out about my channel from that, and I'd have to explain myself. But it's not the end of the world. But I don't know why it did that, and I don't think I got the clips because it was spinning, and I canceled everything out. Has that ever happened to you when you're airdropping? Like, suddenly all the other listed people, like there was my iPad as one of the options, and then all these people as options? Like, that just seems crazy to me that it would do that, but things malfunction. Looks like we got 3 people in here. That's solid. I'm gonna guess who those people are. Okay, I'm gonna guess that we have Cooper and maybe Diana's still on here. I know that Slytherin gal left. I don't know who could possibly still be on here. Ooh, what am I doing? Oh, now we have 2 people. That's crazy. We will go on to anyone. We'll go back on to anyone. Because I didn't realize we only had 2. So we can maybe get some more people on here for the kind of finishing up this live, because we have about 12 minutes left. I'm going to end the live at 4, most likely, unless I have to go and do something before then. But I don't think that I do. But I have to end at 4, get ready for the school week, sadly. I feel like the weekend, for me, on Saturday, I'm feeling great. I'm like so refreshed. I'm like, I wish school would just start tomorrow, or I wish I'd have a 3-day weekend, because Sunday is just so hard. Hi, new here. Hi, thank you so much for joining. I'm a book YouTuber that recommends clean books, and we're just chatting about books and a bunch of other crazy stuff. So yeah, thank you for joining. I'm gonna be getting off at 4, so we still have some time left. Let's see. I'm trying to see if I missed anything. Looks like we got 10 people in here. That's great. Make sure to like the live, because we only have 11 likes on here. Not that it really matters, but we gotta say that. Like the live. I would put some books away real quick that I got out for this live. Why is cleaning your room the end of the world, but putting books back on your bookshelf is just so fun? Oh, we have another comment. I suffer from ADHD. Any tips on finishing a book? Oh, I get that for sure. For me, if I'm trying to finish a book, how can I say this? It's good to try and set goals to complete the book and make them easier goals. So for instance, you could be like, you could either do it by time or chapter. Be like, okay, I'm gonna make myself sit down and read for about, let's just say 15 minutes, for example, and I'm going to set a timer on an old-fashioned timer or like the stove or something and leave my phone somewhere else. And you can also make reading easier, like be comfortable. If you're sitting straight up in like a chair, like if I was to read on this live where my chair doesn't have a back, that would not be fun. So you can make like try to make yourself more comfortable while reading. You could put on music if that helps you focus. Music doesn't really help me focus, but if I'm reading fantasy, I love to put on like fantasy playlist of like instrumental movie soundtrack music sort of things because I feel like they make me like super immersed in the story. But if you really just can't get yourself to read a book, you could just listen to audiobooks. I love Libby. It's free. You can get it through your library. You could just check out books on there like you would for a normal book, but they're audiobooks. Oh, bye, Cooper. Thank you for joining. I'm glad that you're able to stay for so long in the live. So that's a few of my tips. Like set goals that you can accomplish. Not like I'm gonna read the whole afternoon. Like start with simpler goals. Okay, I'm gonna read for 10, I'm gonna read for 20, and so on. Or you can just do audiobooks. And I like audiobooks because you can do something with your hands while you're doing them. You can clean, you can like eat, you can go for a walk. That's a great way to get me to go for a walk because I just want to stay in my room all day. But if I put an audiobook on, it makes me want to go do other things, especially like my chores or something. So yeah, those are a few of my tips. I don't know if they'll help you, but those usually help me, unless I'm in a reading slump, but I am like a reader, so I read a lot, and reading slumps are pretty rare for me, but like I was talking about earlier, I am in a reading slump, kind of. I think I'm getting out of the reading slump. It's a possibility. I'm about to start a new book for school. I forgot to talk about this. Actually, where is this book on my shelf? Oh, wait, you can see it. I will be starting A Wrinkle in Time for school soon. Oh, I'm glad you liked my tips. Thank you. I'll be starting A Wrinkle in Time for school soon, and I have this really cool copy. It's like shiny. I just finished The Great Gatsby. I read that for school. My friend Arlen, who makes like, she's pretty much me in another font, and she's amazing. I love her channel. She's me in another font if I was more experienced with filming, but she read The Great Gatsby and she hated it. But I read it and I rated it a 4.25 because I felt like it was a good representation of the time and the mistakes that the people made and the consequences that come with mistakes. So I feel like it was a good book. I enjoyed it. It was really short and easy to read. But yeah, I'll be starting A Wrinkle in Time, which is, wow, it's really short. Let's see. Okay, it's only 200 pages, and this is what it looks like. So I'm excited to read this one for school. Junior Zelda Master. Hi, back to you. So yeah, we have 2 people on the live. The numbers are crazy. Okay, so we have 8 minutes left as well. How have we only been on here? Oh, it's because this is the second live I had to start because the first one wasn't working, so I'm going to put this book back. Let's see, other books I read for school. The Scarlet Letter, Uncle Tom's Cabin, Tom Sawyer, stuff like that. This is like kind of my books I read for school, then some other books. So yeah, there's just a few that I saw. I read The Giver is on my dystopian shelf. I love that one. Any recommendations for a funny book to read? Ooh, that's a good question. Funny books. Okay. So there's a few genres that I don't read a lot of, and for some reason, funny books is one of them. But I'm going to look in my shelf and see if I can think of any, because I know I have read some books that I would definitely put in the genre of being funny. So let me think. Okay, this one is one of my favorite middle grade books. It's called From the Desk of Lizzie Lazowski. It is so good, and it's just so funny, but also like not the whole thing isn't supposed to be funny, but the whole book is written in email form, which I thought was really neat, and I read this book in an entire day. That is just, that for normal readers, that's just normal, but for me, that's like insane. It was a huge accomplishment, but it was so easy. Like, I read this whole thing. Our characters were so just, I feel like middle grade books are so easy to find them funny, so I definitely recommend this one if you want a funny book, but if you want the whole package of everything great about a book, you should definitely read this book. It's really, really cool. Here, you can screenshot it if you want. Okay, that's as long as I'm gonna hold the book up. All right, let's see. A funny book. I'm gonna switch sides so I can see. Yeah, I feel like middle grade is a good genre to look for funny books. There's an author, Gordon Corman. I've heard he writes pretty funny books that my friends really like, but I've not read any of his works. I heard books written by P.J. Woodhouse. They are really funny. Okay, cool. I'll definitely look into that. I have a little like notepad I keep with me in my lives for when people recommend me books because yeah, it was backwards. Yeah, I filmed my lives backwards. I apologize. Just because I like to see myself and I don't want to have to pull up my iPad to see the comments because if I flipped it I'd have to have another source to see the comments. So yeah, things will be backwards. Alright, I wrote it down. If you guys ever have book recommendations for me, make sure to comment them ever, or like, especially if we're talking about book recs on the live, because I feel like I'm always the one recommending books, and it'd be cool if you guys could ever recommend me a book. So we're going to end this live in 6 minutes, so we'll just go ahead and wrap up the live, and just comment any last minute questions for me you have about books, or pretty much anything, and we'll just enjoy our last, oh now it's 5, our last 5 minutes of the live. So yeah, I'll look into those. What else are we talking about? Still trying to think if I could think of any other funny books. Harry Potter is my favorite. I love Harry Potter. Yes, Harry Potter is a great series. I read all those books once, but every once in a while I get the urge to reread the series. So that could be in my future. I've watched all the movies and read all the books, except I haven't watched the like Fantastic Beasts because I don't like things when they're in the same world but don't follow the same characters. It just feels wrong. I'm just like, where are my characters in the timeline that I have grown to love? But I just haven't really found interest in watching them, but I know eventually I will watch them. Still trying to think if I can come up with any other funny books. I'm looking at my like really unorganized shelf over here. Yeah, that's kind of all I got. All right, we got 4 minutes. Oh, we have 4 people on here too. So go ahead, like I said, any last minute things you guys want to do. I love the books written by Conan Doyle about Sherlock Holmes. They're very intriguing and full of suspense. Ooh, okay. Love the Rex. I'm gonna look. I'll just write down the author name. Doyle about. Oh, that was dumb. I literally started writing about. Let's write that again. Conan Doyle.